So wildfires have spread out across various areas in Greece at the moment, and due to high winds, they're spreading rapidly, and this is obviously causing great concern. About 20,000 people were forced to leave hotels and homes in Rhodes this weekend. So that's probably the worst affected area. It is, however, becoming extremely bad in Corfu. There's also heat waves spreading in southern Europe and record-breaking temperatures in Sicily. It's looking set that it could be broken. At the moment, the current record is 38.8 degrees Celsius, and this could be broken at some point. So it's extremely concerning for holidaymakers. We've seen scenes of people being stranded in the airport and sleeping on the airport floor in and around Rhodes. You have a number of options if you're due to fly to Rhodes, particularly this week. This all depends on how you booked your holiday. So if you booked an atoll protected travel holiday, that means that you've booked two elements of your holiday together. So it could either be flights and accommodation, that's usually the case, or it's flights and car hire. That is a package holiday. So something like TUI or Jet2 may have sold you this, Jet2 Holidays. And in that circumstance, you are better protected. You're more likely to get your money back, and your money is much safer. So if you've been contacted by your tour operator and told that your holiday is cancelled, then you will be able to get a refund. At the moment, most places are only cancelling holidays until Sunday, so the end of the weekend. It's not clear yet what's going to happen in August, so next weekend and on. I think everyone's just waiting to see how the land lies and what happens with the wildfires. Of course, if you've booked your flight and hotel separately, then you do still have options. It's a little trickier because you'll have to contact both parties. So airlines are being flexible. British Airways and EasyJet are the two that are letting you change dates. I think some others are as well, but it's best to call your airline if you're concerned about travelling there. Of course, if you do then cancel your flight, then you should contact the hotel and make sure you cancel that element as well. With regards to travel insurance, so if you're worried about flying next week, if you're due to fly in August at any point to any of the affected areas, then it is best to contact the tour operator or the airline that you are flying with. Unfortunately, because the Foreign Office hasn't issued any advice against travelling to these countries, you're not protected with travel insurance. So therefore, you won't be able to get your money back, and it would be considered disinclination to travel. However, you do have options. So if you are particularly younger or elderly people that will be affected by extreme heats, and this covers anywhere in southern Europe that's affected by the heat wave, then you may be able to get your money back if you go to your doctor and get a medical certificate that says you are not fit to travel in these extreme heats. So that is an exception to the rule. However, if you are just a bit worried about the heat, then it is best to call up the tour operator or your airline and see if there's anything you can do, because at the moment you are not covered by travel insurance, unfortunately. Airlines at the moment are working their hardest to try and get stranded holidaymakers back from Rhodes. It is a bit tricky, and they've put on a lot of extra flights. I know that EasyJet and Jet2 have put on additional flights, and that's why many flights have been cancelled, because they're working so hard to just get stranded Brits back home safely. And if you are stranded, then it's best to call your airline and see when you're able to get on a flight home as soon as possible. So yes, Palermo Airport was shut down today, and that is because, a bit like there was an airport in Sicily last weekend, when fires break out, understandably you cannot fly to that airport. And if this does happen, then your airline or tour operator will contact you to let you know that you will not be able to go on your holiday or reach that destination. You will be able to get a refund, or you'll be given the option to change dates or something like that. So if you haven't heard from your airline or tour operator, then it's best to touch base with them and see what the latest is. But I know that they're working very hard to sort this issue out.